Hey guys, this is Kami Ken, and welcome to the show. Today I'll be working on. I don't actually know what I'm working on because I finished Saintly Chapter 2, and I'm just now finishing the writing stage of Saintly Chapter 3. So I think I'll just get started on a new illustration, and I'll show you a couple of things that I've been working on throughout the week. So yeah, let me go ahead and get my iPad in here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, cool. Let me check out the comments. What's up to Nelliota? Thanks for thanks for dropping by. Um I know that looks like a link, but over here it's showing up as an emoji. So I don't know why it's different in different places, but yeah, that's what it is. Let me say what's up to Paul. How you doing, man? Hope you're feeling better. Because I remember you talking about like a condition earlier. I think a heart condition, and I hope you're doing all right, man. And let me say hi to Just the Atlas. What's up? Appreciate you coming out to the show, man. I think I saw your comment a little bit earlier, so I'm glad you came out to the show. Okay, Neliota, and then Dabo Diggin. That's my guess, my official guess. Hello, what's up? Appreciate you coming out to the show, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up my iPad here, and we'll go ahead and just start doing something. Because I know in general what I want to do. Because there's an illustration I've been wanting to do for a while, but I haven't really like thought about what um what exactly is the subject of it. I just know that let me see. I just know that I do want to do something um longer term, like the witch illustration I did before. And let me say what's up to Nick Stream. Appreciate you coming out to the show, man. Uh Hope you're having a good day, man. And what's up, Ichthus? Appreciate you coming out. Hope y'all are doing all right, man. Paul says I'm doing good, just starting a new job soon. Awesome, 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 man. All right, so let me go ahead and in a second I'll be able to share my screen and we'll go from there. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, present, share screen. Let me know if my fan is too loud because I usually have it playing in the background. So, I mean, that'll be blowing on me, but hopefully it's not too loud for y'all to hear the show. And let me go ahead and open window, entire screen. Okay. Share. So we should be good to go from here. Okay, Ichthus says he hears nothing, so I'm good. Awesome, awesome. Appreciate it, man. All right. So I'll go ahead and close this window. That way we have as much bandwidth as we can get. And then one thing I'm trying to do is start a new illustration. So I'll use this what's it called? This art planner that I found or downloaded from this creator named Demi Raito, who was talking about like how to start like illustrations and pieces of art, and like how you want to get how you want to plan a piece before you even like draw, before you even start on it. But today, since we're on stream, and I don't have anything like in progress, I'll show you what I've made. Let me go over here first, make sure it's not showing anything like early access pages. Let me go over here. Nope. Saintly art. There we go. Awesome. Okay. I think you guys can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, I'll show you the art I've done so far for Saintly. So this is like a little back rooms, pool rooms piece that I did like last week. I think we were coloring it on last week's show, and I was working on like the little water effects at the bottom there, and I finally got that done. So yeah, that's gonna be like a little end of the chapter sketch, and yeah, it'll just be featured at the end there, and I gave it a little bit of dialogue. And that can be like a little what do you call it? Just a post online, and I'll just have that be around. So they're just saying like, oh, who the hell keeps a water park in their basement? And then Chelsea's like, I kind of wanna, and she's like, no, because they want to explore, they want to go inside, but Vivi's just like, no, because they have other stuff that they need to do right now. so they can't just kind of jump in there. So yeah, that's that illustration, and then I have the let's just take a little quick look at the bunny illustration. Yes, that's nice. Okay. And then okay, we have the witches illustration that, man, I think that came out all right. I'm waiting for it to stop being blurry. Let me make it bigger. Okay, there we go. Unblur, man. I wanna see it in its full glory. I wonder why it's doing that. Anyways, yeah, this is the witch illustration. That one we've been working on for like the last, okay, there it goes. Now it's unblurry. We've been working on this one for like the last, who knows how long, last few weeks. Just finishing up little parts, bits and pieces here and there. I recorded some of the ending bits, so I'm probably gonna post that all in a video or something like that somewhere. I'm just glad I was able to get the this wood texture at least a little bit correct. Like I was able to do something there. I was able to cook a little bit. And then other than that, like I just put them in the kind of a dusk sky, and I was playing around with the colors of the clouds for a little while. I was just like, all right, what color should I make them? And then once I hit like multiply on that layer to make them kind of dark in contrast to Vivi and Chelsea in the front here, I was able to like kind of nail the vibe I was looking for. And what else? What was I gonna say? Yeah, like I like this vibe, but this is not really the vibe of the comic. This is just kind of like, you know how you would see illustrations with like Dragon Ball characters, and they just do like random stuff. Sometimes it's kind of one of those things where it's just kind of a Elseworlds thing. But if this is, I mean, if I can find a way to put that in the story somehow, that would be cool. So, but it wouldn't be in this first volume, this first piece of story we got right now, because it's all about the horror element and how they don't have any kind of ability to fight back. They're just cooked most of the time. So yeah, that's that. And then I'll show you the latest one that I did. This was a really quick one that I did. That was kind of like it was just basically a Scooby-Doo illustration. Okay, there it goes. It's clear now. So I was just working on that to make that just get that Scooby-Doo vibe going there. And you know what? I want to do a couple of improvements on this one, so I'm gonna go to the actual file and finish it up so that it's like fully done. Because there was a couple of things I was looking at that I was just like, you know what? Let me improve those really quick. So let me see. I got the inks going. Good. Now I'm going to go over here. I want to make her headline just a little bit more beefy. Yeah, beef that up a little bit. Nice. Then I'll make this line connect. And I want to beef up her nose a little bit. Okay, let me back up on that one. And then I'll use... Should I use this rough one? No. Let's see. Real G pen? No. Just G pen. Let's see. With these pen tips, it's all about getting the line that you want rather than what it gives you. You want to really experiment until you find a pen that works best for you. All right. So yeah, I think I'm liking where I put the nose better. Because before it was too low. Now it's like in the right place. I hope y'all can see that. Yeah. Awesome. No! Damn it. I'm just going to rewind. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to erase this line here. I'm really just playing with pixels at this point. And then there was one other spot. Okay, I wanted to erase that. Just to keep more of that cartoonishness there. Erase this. Awesome. Then, what was the last thing I wanted to do? Was it to thicken her line somewhere? Oh, the last thing I wanted to do was give some lines to her boots and make them zip. All right. All right. Actually, I should back that up. It doesn't need that many. Okay. Yeah, that's just fine. And I think that's good. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to do with this. It's like, just do the flat colors and then it doesn't have to be like super rendered or anything. I could, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep it simple. But I do know there's some little thing I could do to give it a little bit more pizzazz, maybe. But at the moment, I can't think of anything. So I'm just going to leave it alone and open up a new file. Nope. I'm going to save this. Quick share. No. File. It's already saved. Then I'm going to go open. I'm just hit new. And 400. That's fine. Let me check out the comments. Okay. Ictus says you're already releasing chapters on Webtoons already? No, not yet. Right now we're planning the rollout to be in October. So at the moment, I'm just finishing as many chapters as I can before that point. So I'm trying to keep within that month per chapter. But I think with the writing stage or with the writing process, I need like this extra week between months to actually get the writing done before I start and launch into the next chapter. Because after that point, I'll just be drawing as fast as possible to finish pages within each day to get to the next step in the process, because after that it's like after the writing process is done, um and like the layout stage, it's just pure brutal work of like tedious work of just drawing. I already know how to draw, and I already have the like technical skill of it. It's just the application of it is really tedious, or it can be really tedious when you're just trying to get the pages done and the lines down on the page. But that's where most of the actual work is done, because the last few weeks have been kind of relaxing. I've done even like better videos on my YouTube videos, because I've just had like more time to like chill out and not really do anything, because the writing process is more like letting your mind kind of wander, and you're trying to figure out like, okay, what is going to be in this new chapter. And because I have an outline, I don't have to really stress too much about what's going to happen in the new chapter. I have some loose things that I already know, and then I have a whole checklist. It's 109 pages. It's called my writing toolbox, where I just read through everything in that 109 page document and make sure like, okay, do I have everything that I really need in this story, like in this chapter that I'm writing? And once I've scrolled through the whole thing and decided or determined what I actually need and what I don't, I'm like, all right, cool, I've gotten everything. And then I'll do the script as much as possible. In this chapter right now, the words aren't as important, so I'm trying to tell it in images as much as possible, until the very last moment where dialogue might be needed. So I'm trying to minimize dialogue in this new chapter. But yeah, that's kind of the process. That's where I'm at right now. I just got an important bit of script done today, so tomorrow I'm having my editor's meeting with my editor, and from there I'll be doing like layouts, submit those and revise it, and then just move on with pages. Ictus says, now we need a cow illustration. It will move profit. I think that's only you, dude. You want a cow illustration. Nobody else wants that. I remember you saying that from before too. The skies look fantastic. I appreciate it, man. Let me see. Dabo Diggin says, thoughts on the Vibe webcomic? Oh, it was recommended by the creator of Witch's Throne. Dude, I think I was about to talk about Vibe one day on a stream, but I only went to the page and I didn't actually go into the whole thing. But yeah, let me fucking divert everything I was already doing to talk about Vibe, because Vibe was so cool back in the day. I saw it first on DeviantArt, and let me see. I saw it first on DeviantArt, and it was just this really cool illustration, like a page of Vibe by Dan Sirkzak or whatever his name. Yeah, it's like, this isn't Vibe. What the? No, fuck. I'm looking for the webcomic. His name was Dan Sirkzak, like CIUR webcomic. CZAK or something. But Vibe ended on like a really dark note. Like it ended like with the main character. I don't know, if you see it, if you look at the final page that was uploaded, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't look at it. But I'm gonna spoil it right now in 3, 2, 1. The main character at the end of the comic got beheaded by his own sister, and yeah, that was the end of Vibe. He just stopped drawing after that, and I was just like, what the hell? But Vibe looks so cool. Let me see. And the page that I saw on DeviantArt that was drawn on paper. Like you would think it would be drawn digitally, like pure digital, but he was just really good at drawing it on page, or yeah, on like physical paper. So yeah, but the comic website itself now is just not as strong, or it's just not. It's like almost, it might as well be defunct. the way it is right now, because it used to look cool. Like it had its own vibe, you know what I mean? Like it had its own vibe. Uh, it looked cool. There used to be like these buttons that could turn into flames, and that would be like, oh, chapter 1, chapter 2, or like end of chapter, beginning of chapter, that kind of thing. And he's just a really good artist. But he's one of those ones that, you know, went into like the industry. Either he went into games or into animation or whatever. I just don't know where he went, but he was one of those ones that made like a really dope webcomic that could have been like a hit series if he continued with it. But he went after, you know, went into the industry to, you know, make a living, get paid, get money. So yeah, now it's just kind of a defunct website, but at least the pages are still up to where you can see how it's drawn. So I remember liking Vibe because the art style was so strong and the colors were so good. So yeah, it was interesting because at the beginning you can see, let me see if there's a way to skip all the way to the end somehow. Damn, there really is no way that I can see. Let me see if I hit hide. What if I go to blog? Because there's no way that I can see that I can just skip to the end of the 239 pages to, oh damn it, to just read the end of Vibe. If I go to Vibe webcomic, I could probably just see. Oh yeah, I forgot his what his thing was, Circzak. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's fucking dope, man. Yeah, nice. So yeah, I mean, this is Vibe, like the webcomic, and I can see what you mean. Like if he was recommending Vibe as a comic, because he is really good with colors, and he also has a similar style now that I think about it. And he's also really good with colors. So the creator of Witch's Throne is really good with colors, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of the color assistants that was working on Vibe. So that was the let me just look back at the first page one more time, because he mentioned a bunch of assistants working on Vibe. So if I hit this, story and art by Dan Circzak. Yep. And assistants Andrew Stewart, Rudy Mora, Jonathan Gillen, and Leonardo Bruno. Yeah, he was actually going really hard on this if he had like multiple assistants helping him out with like colors and stuff. So yeah, that's Vibe. Vibe was dope. Let's see. Scooby-Doo illustration. Appreciate it. Bucket hat artist. Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you coming out to the show. Thank you. Says has a real professional look to it. Probably one of those. You could add pictograms. Oh, probably for the webcomic. Of course, it looks like I'm the only one that want that cow illustration. Nobody's going to expose themselves for fan service. We run on gag when you show the bunny illustration. Yeah, it'll be running gag. Awesome. Okay, so now I sit in front of a blank page. So one of the people that I wanted to take illustration inspiration from, like this piece, I wanted it to be more moody. I wanted it to be more of a vibe. I wanted it to be a little bit more, what's the word? More expansive, more experimental. Just a little bit more rigorous than the last piece, because I'm really good at doing what do you call it? I'm really good at doing clouds and stuff because that's one of my favorite subjects and stuff to look at in general. But I'm not the best at doing like hard backgrounds. Like it's been years since I've done a real solid background like I did in Air Rider. So like one of the best illustrations that I did for Air Rider has like a really good um background. And I'm trying to see if I can pull it up easily somewhere. Yeah. So this was like let me see. There we go. This was like the most complete illustration I ever did that had like a background, and the background is, what's the word, made up, you know, like it's not a real building. So even that wasn't like totally good, and I still spent more time and energy on the clouds and making the sky the right color and all that stuff rather than trying to do something more in depth with the background. So let me see. Okay, let me exit solo layout and we're back to full. So I want to do something more moody, and I know what color I kind of want it to be. It'll be like really, really dingy. So something like that. I already know. And I don't know where it's gonna be. Should I make it in like grass or like a building? I already know I want it to be this type of color. And it's gonna be like a moody type thing. And then if I just hit save and I call it mood piece. So my goal with doing Saintly and doing all this stuff in general is I want to have like if I'm gonna try to work as hard as like a manga artist would work, or not as hard, but if I wanted to try to work as with all my might, like as hard as I possibly could, my goal has always been to do a weekly little illustration, like a little minor one. And that's kind of what I did here with this Scooby-Doo piece. It's just like a quick little thing. Doesn't take too much energy. It's just like boom, in and out. If I want to do a little bit more advanced weekly illustration, it would kind of look like this, where it's not too involved. Like I'm not using new skills. It's basically just using my regular skills to make that. And then I want to have a weekly illustration every week. Then I want to have a monthly longer form illustration that takes a little bit more effort and looks a bit cooler than my normal stuff. And that would be, you know, this witch illustration that I did. Where is it? So the witch illustration would be more of that sort of monthly type thing or illustration that I would do on a monthly basis. And then the bunny illustration is more like a weekly type thing that I would be able to produce on a quicker, shorter time frame. So that would be like a weekly illustration, and then I want to have the monthly illustration, and then I want to have the comic that I'm doing monthly as well with a cover. But I don't know if the cover would take up one of those weekly or monthly illustration spots. I think the cover would be factored into the page count, but even then, I don't know. I don't 100% know, and I'm not quite 100% sure what I'm physically capable of. So that's another thing, you know what I mean? Like I want to push myself as far as I can go, be as efficient as I possibly can be, but at the same time I want to know, I have to understand my own limits and not like destroy my hand, because after drawing for a long enough period of time, like my hand will start to hurt, and I always stretch it out to make sure it's not hurting as much as possible. Let me just go over the regular basic like hand stretches, so you guys know like what you should do if you're drawing as well. Ictus says I can use this Scooby thing as a sticker. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me say what's up to Massive Panda, dude. Hey, what's up? Appreciate you coming out to the show, man. I was just talking about hand stretches, and these are something that I've been doing for years, or I learned them years ago so that I wouldn't like overwork my hand. And one of them is to clasp your hands together and then bring them down. Like bring them down so you're stretching out your fingers as much as you can. And you want to get your thumbs in there as well. And then the other one is to put your hand out as straight as you can. Let me make myself bigger. You want to put your hand out straight as you can. And then you want to take your top fingers and flex them backward like this. And get a good stretch that way. And then you want to put your hand out like this. And then you want to stretch them down as well. And keep your arm completely straight as well. And obviously you do this with your drawing hand. But I do it with both. Because sometimes I'm doing typing with both hands as well. Whoop. And then there's another one where you put it on a wall, and then you do the stretch as well. But I'm not near a wall, so I can't really do that one. But yeah, and then you shake it out. You just shake it out, shake out both hands, and that way the blood gets flowing in your hands again, and you're ready to draw. So yeah, you do that before and after every drawing session. And another thing is you sit up straight, crack your back and all that, but sit up straight. Make sure you're not like, what is it? Make sure you're not hunching over or like, looking down at your drawing like this, because then your neck, it's not meant to support 10 pounds of weight, on your head, like for hours at a time. You have to sit up as straight as you possibly can, and work with your back in a neutral position so that you don't develop back problems. And if possible, get a standing desk so you could just stand at your desk or have that option to stand or sit if you want. Right now I've just been sitting a lot, so I'm just more used to that, but eventually I'll find a way that I can stand and work so I don't die early. And that's that. Let me go over to my favorite place, Pinterest, and we'll look for the vibe that I'm trying to go for with this new piece. So this right here is actually close to what I'm trying to go for. And I'm looking for more pieces like that. And there is a piece that I have in mind specifically to go into. This is also pretty close. This is kind of close, but not quite. It's a little bit too warm. Let me see. Let me see what Massive Panda said. Said, man, the fact that you're about to start the next chapter is wild. Fast as lightning, absolute beast mode. Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm trying to go as fast as possible. If I could go faster, I would. But yeah, this is the vibes we're looking at. So something close to this, but not quite this. This is a little bit too light in the sky. I want it to be more of a gloomy vibe in the sky. Oh man, I love this artist. I love this artist. They do a whole bunch of stuff like this. They're Yapari on X. They do a whole bunch of art like this, and it's basically like a character keychain. Like if they did Vivi looking like this, it would be so awesome. Um, because they do like a little 3D keychain that goes along with it, and it's basically a compilation of the character and basically what they're about and all that stuff. So I just love looking at this specific piece. But actually, let me go down here. I shouldn't have gone down because I always find something that I like, and I'm going to save that to what's it called? Games and Pixels. Where is it? Games and Pixels. EFG. There we go. Okay, no more of that. We're still vibe searching basically. So you know what? This would be pretty close to the vibe as well. I just don't know what pose I'm gonna have my characters in. This is actually even closer. But I don't want to do another piece where it's just the sky. But I don't want to do a super involved background either. Like this is pretty close to the level of background I would want to do. But I don't know yet. I'm still like kind of feeling out the piece. So this is closer to like the color style that I want to use. Or like the level of color. But there is a specific artist that I have in mind, and I'll show them to you once I come across them. Oh, there they are. Yep. It's this artist, Melly the Scary, that I've seen on Instagram before, and I really like how they make everything all moody and vibey and all that. And the background, like if you look at the background, it's not even really detailed. Like the character up in front is the one in detail, and then the background is kind of dreary and in shadow and just not very detailed at all. But the mood comes across really well, and you can tell they're using like the golden ratio because the character's face is right in that golden area where it's supposed to be, like for composition purposes. Like it's right in that good area, and then once the composition was down, they were able to do all this like fisheye perspective on the lens as well, so it looks really cool. So yeah, let me see what was up with the comment. Just the Atlas says, what do you think of Sui Ishida? I think Sui Ishida is a really fantastic storyteller. They did him dirty with the way Tokyo Ghoul came out, at least the first one. I don't know about the Tokyo Ghoul Ray. But I remember reading a good way into Ray, and then I just eventually dropped off at some point, but not because I hated it or didn't like it anymore. But it was just a really good story, and the characters felt like they were real people when I was reading it. So I was just like, man, this is really solid, way better than the anime. And the moment where he actually goes full ghoul and gets his white hair, I was just like, whoa, this is really different. This is really special. I was just all in on the series after that point. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the vibe we're looking for. This kind of dreary vibe. Something like this as well. These days, some of the stuff on Pinterest is AI though, and it'll tell you sometimes, but that has not been the most reliable thing, because there are things that I know aren't AI. We're just gonna save this to photos, but it might be AI. I don't know. There are some things that I know aren't AI that were flagged as AI modified or something like that. So I was just like, what the hell? Like this right here could be AI modified. I don't know if the ground works like that, but I can't tell. Like that's the thing. She looks too perfect. I just can't tell. So I'm just gonna put it in photos. Where is it? So it may or may not be a photo. I don't really care. But I'm going to go to, not here. I'm basically just going to go back to the drawing pad and figure out, I guess, the posing or the vibe of the story. Let me hit Nelioda. Says his Chojin X manga is good too. I've heard really good things about it, and I've heard that he got like kind of a neat publishing deal with that story where he can just kind of publish on his own schedule or whenever he wants. But he chooses to publish at a really high rate. He's just putting out lots of pages every month or every week or so. I don't know what his schedule is like, but he's really, going all out for the story. I think he really, I don't know. I don't know what happened after he finished Tokyo Ghoul. He said he lost his sense of taste after Tokyo Ghoul, and I was just like, yeah, I sacrificed a lot just to make this story come to life. So I have a vague image in my head, and I just don't know what it is. Because while I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking of the vibes of like Ergo Proxy. And I'm thinking of this anime opening for Wolf's Rain. I have that saved here as well. I have Ergo Proxy saved here as well. And I just love scrolling through this. I love scrolling through this board. This is my top board that captures the vibe of the kind of art I always wanted to create, the kind of worlds that I always wanted to like explore and live in. Okay, here's the Wolf's Rain opening. And all the kind of stuff I wanted to make. Like Urbans, I just recently heard that Urbans has a comic coming out. So like I was really excited for the animation when the trailer came out back in the day, because it had a really, really, really unique style. Then the animation came out, and the story and the voice acting just wasn't quite there. So I was just like, okay, oh, I see what you're going for. Like the animation was cool, and it had a lot of style to it, but the substance wasn't there. So it was a little bit hard to watch. But yeah, I guess now they have a comic coming out. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I love this vibe of Hunter x Hunter, like where he blurs out and then all the Phantom Trooper in the front. Yeah, if we're here all day, I'm just gonna be like, poking through all this stuff. Like I just love the sparks and the liquid flying off of his chains. Like those 2 seconds look so cool that I'm gonna make a YouTube video just about that. Like, who was cooking in the kitchen with this one? Because oh my god, like this was the best 2 second. Like, it's not even 2 seconds. I think it's less than a second, and it's just the best. I don't know, the best of 1990s Hunter x Hunter, which it just looks so cool. But yeah, this is my board. It's my favorite board. I think I'm gonna go back over here, and I'm just gonna paint whatever and see, just like, I can't just paint whatever. I want to plan it out, but I'm like on the spot here. Like usually if I wanted to draw something, I would have something prepared, you know what I mean? But at the moment, I can really just sketch. I can just sketch out things and think like, okay, what's the vibe here? So here's one of the things I can do. I'll just do thumbnails, because I had an idea where Vivi would be kind of like maybe right here, and Chelsea would be here, and they'd be kind of looking at the camera, or Vivi would kind of be doing her camera hands, like she'd be kind of doing like this type of thing, you know. But let me see. Master Panda says, I haven't seen Wolf's Rain in forever. Do you remember that song Stray? That song was awesome. Yeah, that's the that's the first opening for Wolf's Rain. I have not even seen the show. I just like the opening so much, and the vibe of the opening was really strong as well. So I liked that, but I haven't actually seen the show. I basically that board, that Pinterest board is basically just for collecting vibes. There's so many shows that I want to see that I just haven't been able to, or just never found the time to do, or just didn't feel like it was what's the word? Like before, I was really not convinced, but I was really trying to keep up with the mainstream and watch everything that everybody else watches all the time and all that stuff. But these days I'm just like, you know what makes you a unique channel is that you're not watching what everybody else is watching. Like I've been on YouTube all day every day for the last month, and I have a really good idea of what everybody is talking about in the space of anime, manga, webtoons, webcomics, all that kind of stuff. And now that I have like a good understanding of what is being talked about, I also know what's not being talked about. And that is stuff like the Witch's Throne that I was talking about the other day with the power system and that kind of stuff. Like people aren't talking about that, and it's super cool and too cool not to be like talked about or noticed. So I want to start focusing more on things that a lot of people aren't talking about, so that I can bring some type of attention towards them. Because I'm really just like a collector of a specific vibe that I've always wanted to draw in my work. I have like this type of vision inside me that I haven't been able to even access a single percentage of, but I have been able to recognize in specific works echoes of that vision that is actually really close to what I'm thinking about. So I'll look at stuff like this that is really close to that vision I've always had in mind, and I just want to make stories out of these places. But it's almost like they shouldn't even be touched by stories, because that would kind of distract from the space that these characters are in. Like you see how there's no speech balloons on this page. This is a page by Tsutomu Nihei, and he's the master of black like just black style storytelling. And I don't mean like black in the race black. I mean like he's just really good at using black space and that kind of stuff to tell his stories. It's gonna be too small, but you kind of get the point. But then he goes the opposite. He does a 180 and does stuff like Knights of Sidonia, or something about dolls. I forget what the other one was. But then he does something like this. He's perfectly capable of doing something like this. And I guess he was just tired of all the dark worlds he was creating, and he's just like, man, I need to lighten up, or else I'm gonna be like, depressed. So yeah, he lightened up in his work, and I'm just like, yo, this is amazing. Like I used to hate it because I was just like, no, do more black stuff, like do more stuff in the darkness. But he already made Blame, so it's like, what more? Like Blame and Biomega and Abra and Noise. Like, what more would I want? I haven't even finished Blame. So him like transitioning over to using more white spaces, perfectly fine. I kind of like this little drawing here. I want to put that in my I guess I'll just put it in the horror unknown folder, even though it's kind of skewing towards funny. Where's the H? There we go. But yeah, stuff like this. If you put if you just slap a what's it called? A word balloon on top of it, it's like you're kind of distracting from the space. I want to take in the image and really be inside this world that he's crafting here. So that's kind of like the deal with his stuff. Is like you want to be inside the world. It's so special and weird and interesting. Oh, I didn't know there was a colored version. Let me save that. Where's the save button, dude? Back. Okay, there we go. And where's my Nihei board? There it goes. Nice. I didn't know there was a colored version. That's so cool. And Tatsuyuki Tanaka is also really good at this type of style, but he's got more of a specific style. Like he can draw the shit out of anything. And you can see like how he's able to create like a really nice sense of space with this. First of all, let me say hi to Joseph Lopez. Appreciate you coming out, dude. Hello. And then let me say what's up to, well, I already said hi. Just the Atlas says, I feel like I'm usually here to ask questions. I have almost nothing good to say. You don't have to say anything, man. You can just watch. But yeah, any questions you do ask, I'll be there to answer. But yeah, I mean, this is just beautiful stuff, and it's like I want to be able to create on this level one day. I want to say that page from Tower Dungeon. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, he just knows how to convey a sense of deep space with his stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. Wow. Yeah, he just knows how to do that. And I want to buy, one of my goals in life is to buy the whole set of Blame, like the whole 10 volume set, just to have it, because it's super awesome. I don't want the big one for some reason. I want the smaller one that has like what is it, that has a little bit of brown to the page. Oh yeah, this I really like this specific shot in Ray Zero, but it actually doesn't exist in the anime. This is, I don't even know what this is from. It's like what the hell is this violent shit down here? Get out of here, dude. Yeah, it doesn't exist in the that shot doesn't exist in the anime, but what was I gonna say? But it's beautiful. I think it was just a little thing to capture the vibe of one of the original pages or something. But Ray Zero, these days, I'm just gonna start drawing and sketching and doing some stuff. Ray Zero these days, I quit at like season 2. Let me see. Main concept says, "Hey, Comic-Con, you need to blame/blam." Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I guess you mean read Blame. Yeah, I've read a good portion of Blame, but I haven't finished it, and I want to buy the whole series one day, just so I can read it. But it's one of those stories that's not really about the story. It's more like about the vibe of the whole world and how it's just endless bleakness. Like I want to take in that whole space. Like it's just so amazing how he could, one, come up with this endless place, and then two, create a story around it, and then visualize and draw that. Like, it's just so cool. Maybe I should do something along that vibe. Like, let's say there's some grass here, Vivi standing here, but then they're next to an impossibly tall building or something. I don't fucking know. That would just be cool. But I kind of want there to be some type of monster. I don't know what, though. Because Saintly is like two girls who, you know, they're having to outrun demons, and they just don't have any ability to fight them at all. So it's like they just got to get out of there. But if I were to make a more moody piece, so going through those boards is kind of how I get inspiration to draw. Not even inspiration, but more like oh yeah, it is inspiration. Like I get my inner storage of vibes like filled up, and I'll just all I do is like scroll through this board here, and I'm like, yeah, let me just get all that feeling in there. You know, this game was made by the creator of non-player. His name is Nate Simpson, and he made, whoa, this is kind of scary. I like this. I'm going to put that in my horror folder. Where is it at? There we go. And this as well. That is kind of creepy. I'm going to put that in my folder of horrors. Nice. I killed it. Okay. So I like people who have the ability to conceptualize insanely large spaces. I'm going to put this in interesting. And this one. Whoa. That's trippy. I'm going to put that in horror and unknown. So these are the types of things that the saintly characters have to deal with. Like, they have to deal with like freaking weirdos and freaks like this. Or maybe like this. Not necessarily, but there'll be like weird horrors beyond comprehension that they just have to deal with or run away from. And that's part of the fun of it. That it's like, what the hell are we dealing with? So I usually put that in my horror board or my saintly inspiration board. So let me go up. I know that is by a creator with a Japanese name, but I forget. That's nice too. Oh, this is cool. Whoa. Let me save that to interesting too. Sorry, y'all. I'm just my Pinterest addiction kicks in automatically. And from that point, I can't really stop it. What anime is this from? It just looks like it's from an anime. Let's see. I'll put it interesting. Okay. I'm just trying to scroll to the end of the board and then like give you all like a full sight of what the board is. It's only like 700 pins or so. Yeah, I got some pages from Kill 6 Billion Demons on here. Let me see. Man, when does this run out? I don't want to be here all day looking at the stuff. Yeah, fuck it. We'll go back. I'll just keep drawing. Let me see what main concept is talking about. Well, actually, first of all, Just the Atlas says, I've been wanting to join the Kodansha global manga competition, but I can't find any manuscript paper that fits the conditions. Then make it. All you have to do is, I don't know. I'm not saying make it, but you could also draw to the ratio. If you have a paper that isn't the right size, you can draw to the ratio of the paper that they are asking for. So if you don't have the paper, you can make it somehow. So you can just get Bristol, or you can get whatever paper will allow you to ink. Copy paper will allow you to ink, but if you're really determined, you're gonna create paper to get into that competition. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't let that stop you not being able to find manuscript paper that fits the conditions. Main concept says, have you entered any comic manga competitions before? Kodansha is holding one at the moment. Yeah, I'm about to actually make a video about that, about why I can't do that anymore. But I did do a couple in the past where I did a manga competition for like, it was a Shonen Jump competition back in like 20. I was in high school. I was like 16. So it was about 15 years ago. No, actually 14 years ago. So it would have been in 2013. I don't know math right now. I can't do it off the top of my head, but it would have been a while back, and it was a Shonen Jump competition that it was like the first international competition that they held, and I entered that one, but I missed the deadline. So because I was playing like Metal Gear Online the whole summer, so I was a day off on the deadline because I didn't know the exact time that the deadline would be, and I was going to turn it in right up to the end because I was still working on it, and then I missed it. But I did 31 pages of that. Just the Atlas says, am I able to just get B4 paper? Depends on what size they're looking for, because they have size specifications and requirements. All you have to do is measure out to the size that they need. If you don't have any paper that is as big as that, then you can just do a like, let's say you have a smaller piece of paper, you can just do the same ratio. So you draw within that smaller frame, but it would be the same ratio of the measurements that they're using. So let's say you're doing like 30 by 40 size paper or something like that, then but you only have like note cards to draw on, then you're going to draw at 3 by 4, you know what I mean? So you just shorten the ratio that you have to draw in, and then when you submit it, it's still going to fit because it's going to be in the right correct ratio. Depending on how well you measure, you got to measure it specifically, because if you don't meet their exact requirements, they're going to be like, okay, well, we're not even going to put you in the magazine, because if you can't meet the exact requirements, then it won't fit in the book, it won't fit in the magazine, so they won't even run your piece. So that's the main thing you have to worry about in competitions is getting meeting the base requirements and then drawing. Let me say what's up to Solidine Bryant. Appreciate you coming out to the show, man. I'm just talking about like manga stuff right now. Trying to get me to get into this Kodansha competition. But yeah, I'm gonna do a video. I actually already recorded it about why I can't do manga competitions anymore. Um, and do I recommend people do manga competitions? I mean, if you have the ambition, 100% go for it. Um, Especially if you love drawing your comics in black and white, especially if you specifically love to draw your comics in black and white. I would 100% go for that. Um, because Japan also has a really high level of freedom of expression with making comics as well. But the reason why I don't submit to those anymore, or why I haven't submitted in so many years, is because I am a working artist now. Um, like if I were to drop everything I'm doing right now to submit to a competition, or take time out of the thing that I'm already doing for money to submit to a competition for the chance that I'll get published in Kodansha or Shonen Jump or what have you, that would take money and time away from a project that is already building to sign up for a project that may just get canceled, not even placed in the magazine, because you're trying to understand what the Japanese audience wants and give it to them. But if you're not tapped into what they like or what they're looking for, then it's not likely that you'll win the competition, because you're battling a whole bunch of other people who are just as determined. And even if you place in the competition and they fly you out to Japan and they're like, oh, let's do a publication for your series, if your series isn't up to snuff, then it just gets canceled. And then they still own your idea. You can't do anything with it afterward. So it's like it's a lot of effort for minimal return. Like it's very minimal in terms of return, and that's mostly what the video is going to be about. Because like I see a lot of people want to put their work out there, but they're not really thinking about the end goal, like the end result of putting in all that time, putting in all that effort, and then what do you get at the end of it? Like, okay, let's say you do get serialized. Like, you're going to be spending most of your time, most of your energy, most of your life doing the comic, and then you don't even get to own it after you finish. Like, if you get canceled in 18 chapters, you just did all that work. And you might get something out of it, like you might have gotten paid out of it and that kind of thing, but I don't know if people are thinking about the end before they get into it. I think they're thinking about like the fame and the glory and the video games and all that stuff. That's what I was thinking about when I was a kid and trying to enter these contests. I was just thinking like, oh, I'm gonna enter the contest and I'm gonna be a genius. Everybody's gonna love me and or like love my work and whatnot. And I was just gassing myself up, thinking like, oh, this is gonna be the most amazing like comic, and I'm gonna show the world everything that I'm capable of, and that kind of thing. And then you realize like you look at your work and then you look at the world's work and you're like, ew, yeah, my stuff is low-key chopped compared to everybody else's stuff. Like I was looking at my stuff compared to what everybody else was doing. I was just like, dang, how am I gonna overcome this hurdle? And what is it? It wouldn't be until years later that I realized like art style doesn't necessarily matter when you're doing comics or when you're doing manga, but knowing your audience or knowing what the magazine is looking for is more important than uh just making something look good. Like if the magazine is looking for another battle shonen, then and you give them to that at the highest level quality, there's going to be somebody in Japan who's doing it at an even higher level, that you're gonna have to fight them, or you're gonna have to fight somebody in Indonesia who's doing it at a higher level, who's ready to like throw their whole life at this thing. It's just a whole lot of stress when you could be using that time and energy to build your own platform, develop your own fan base, and just be able to draw what you want anyway. And that's kind of what I'm doing with Saintly, and what I'll be doing with Air Rider once I can get that story going again. But yeah, there's tons of ways to make it on your own these days, but manga competitions are always like one of those things that I wouldn't say they take advantage of younger people, but it's like they know that you're young, you're hungry, and you're willing to put in the time and energy and the effort into making a comic for them, without any like return in you know in without getting anything in return. So the younger you are, the more advantageous it is to do a manga competition, or the less of a career you have in America, the more advantageous it is to do a manga competition over there. Meaning, like, if you're younger, you have less to lose. So, and you don't have any bills, you don't have any, responsibilities. You can just do it, and there's a good chance you might not get in, but if you do, then you have a better chance of capitalizing on it. Whereas if you don't have, also if you don't have a career in American comics yet, but you have high levels of skill to be able to, make something for a manga competition, then that's a good idea, because that could be a good way to jumpstart your career or get your name on the map. Like, get people to know, oh, I'm a creator who can create on the level of a Japanese artist. So, consider me or hire me for your project or something like that. But if you already have something going, just keep doing that thing. Like, you're not going to ask the Invincible creator to sign up for this manga competition. No, the artist for that is already busy doing Invincible and Battle Beast. He's already working, so there's no point in trying to go over to the Japanese system, because he already has his own thing going. So yeah, as long as you can get your own thing going, you don't really if you already have your own thing going, then it's almost pointless to try to do manga competitions. But I wouldn't discourage anyone from actually trying. Just know, like, there's costs and benefits to every path that you want to try to take. Let's see. The top 100 get feedback. It would be good to get some advice from the pros. Yeah, 100%. I think you can just do a Mochi Komi, or you can submit online to Days Neo if you want to do that as well. Hey Ken, do you talk about your characters in videos? Very few at this point. Like, I'm trying to wait till like the rollout period, or until I have a lot more material out, so that I can actually start talking about the characters and doing more like specific focused character vids, because I don't have like a character sheet for anybody. So what you see on the page is how they're designed, and the design shifts ever so slightly with every drawing that I do. So it's kind of hard to do character videos when you don't have that solid foundation yet. So I'm still building up material so that I can talk more about the story and the characters at the moment. So let me see. Main concepts as apparently in the TNCs, you don't have to serialize with them and you retain the copyright. Oh, and the terms and conditions. Oh, okay, actually, that's dope. That's good to know. When you enter, do they even tell you what they are looking for? They always have like a prompt or something like that. But then from there, the best thing you can do is look at past competitions submissions and see what is generally accepted, and even then it's like a crapshoot whether your thing will be accepted or not. I know I saw a video by Coffee recently where there's this Indonesian creator who basically copied word for word, bar for bar, um Yusuke Murata's style for One Punch Man, and he was able to win a prize because he was able to copy it so closely. Um, and it's like, well, do I want to be, a copy of somebody to win a prize, or do I want to be able to do my own thing, build my own audience, and be accepted for that? You know what I mean? Um, and it's no slight to that person, no slight to that artist who was able to do that, because that is no small feat, being able to copy one of the best artists in Japan. But at the same time, it's like you have to develop your own vision, like your own style. Take elements of your favorite artist, and then be able to make your own ideas from there. Let's see. Just I'll just order B4 manuscript paper and scale it digitally. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, yeah. I mean, they probably have some type of guideline requirements on what paper they're looking for, or what type of manuscript paper they're looking for. So, if you're looking for that guideline, just I mean, it's probably on there. If it's not, then I don't know. Like they always have that requirement somewhere, so that should give you an idea of what size that to look for. Because if you just guess, it's gonna be, they're just not gonna accept the submission if it doesn't fit. But yeah, it'd be like trying to draw a right to left comic in a magazine that reads left to right. If that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna sign off at 1 hour and 30, a little bit earlier than usual this time, so I can eat and then finish the script before my meeting tomorrow. I got an early meeting tomorrow, so let me keep sketching. Let me see if I can figure out something here. I don't know why it keeps coming back to this standing vibe. If I go back to Pinterest, is there anything? Oh yeah, I gotta watch that version of Heroic Legend of Arslan. Oh yeah, I remember Impossible Jack. That was so well colored, so well drawn. But anything that's that well drawn and colored is not going to be continuing on for very long. You can tell. Oh yeah, this is like one of the last pages of Vibe that I saved in my list because it was just really cool looking. Oh yeah, Eve Noji-Con. Yep, Time of Eve. Good stuff. Oh yeah, that's the end of the list. Okay, cool. Tales of Vesperia. Yep. What was that? Oban Star Racers. Yeah. Yeah, this is all the kind of stuff I should be talking about on my channel, because nobody talks about this stuff, and it looks so cool. The vibe is dope, and yeah, I want to talk more about all this stuff. There's another webcomic that I did, that I read a long time ago, that also looks really good, that I want to post on the channel and talk about. Okay. Kitsu Taira, I think this is that person's name. Yeah, Kitsu Taira. They just do really dope illustrations. Let me see. Trying to basically just trying to catch a vibe still. I sample this color. and just sort of paint under what I have already. Take a little brush here. All right. Just gonna chill out and paint a little bit. Shut up. Okay. I wonder if they should be standing on. The vibe I want it to have is like this early 2000s sort of lazy vibe where it's just not, it's not 100%, like it just doesn't have the full context of what it is. If that makes sense. It should be or should I make it have sort of a scary vibe to it somewhere in the back? Where the characters are, I wouldn't say being chased, but maybe they're being watched. What if they're in front of a water tower or something? Something with sort of a bulbous shape, and then maybe there's a shape in the background watching them. But what would Vivi and Chelsea be doing? Don't know yet. Don't know. Let me see. Actually, what's the orientation of the piece? Should it be landscape? Or should it be more horizontal? If they're up there looking down, then it's definitely going to be more of a sky or something. There is some illustrations in my that I've saved over the years that look so cool. Let me see. There's a version of these Patlabor illustrations that just look really good. It's kind of like this one, but it's not quite that. It's a little bit different. They're more ethereal. Like, yeah, like this, where she's just, they're all about the main girl in that series, and she's just doing stuff like regular daily stuff, like putting on a jacket. But then the background just looks so well rendered and beautiful and stuff, where she could just be trying to eat, and then like she's just resting against a wall with the tree shadows on it. That's just perfectly serene. It's like, how the hell did they draw this? So the background is painted, the foreground is like either sharp pencils or inked, but then the hair, how did they do that? It just looks cell shaded, but then it's overlaid on a painted background as well, and it just comes together perfectly. Or like this piece, like this is really fun. Like, and yet it has this ethereal photo type vibe to it, where it's like this is they were just taking a picture of a moment in the day in the life. And it's not trying to be overly anything. Like, it's not overdone, overblown. The expression is pretty chill. Like, it's just right. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know who even drew it. I don't have a name for the artist. Even in Japanese, it just says the Mobile Police Patlabor. Like, it didn't say the artist name. So let me look at another one. Like, this is good too. It's just vibes. Like, somebody really fell in love with this character and was just like, you know what? I'm gonna draw the shit out of her anytime I see her. Like, anytime I just get the feeling, I'm gonna draw the hell out of her. Like, look at this. Like, what the hell? Somebody was like really fell in love with the character and was just like, I'm gonna draw specifically her in the best light possible. Oh, this one's really good, especially with the background, like how the purple comes out of the temple, and then it's red here, and then it just looks dreamlike. That's the word. It looks dreamlike. But then she's like the only real thing within that dream style world. Let me hit the interesting too. You can barely tell it's her. It'll just look like a little boy from behind though. But yeah, it's probably still that same artist. Oh yeah, I've seen this type of sky before. Yeah, that's dope. Anyway, I don't think I can draw something on that level right now. I'd have to draw maybe 100 more drawings before I get to do something like that. Pretty close. Let me see. What's up, Samurai AC? What's up, man? He's asking, do you try to keep your art pieces under a certain time limit, say 10 hours, or do you just work on a piece until you feel like it's done? Yeah, I basically try to work on a piece until I feel like it's done. I try to keep them within like I did a Scooby-Doo piece that I was showing off a little earlier. And that type of piece I try to keep within a week, within a few days to a week, like, because it's not super involved. Like, I just had to look up a few references for how somebody is carried. So, let me show you guys. So I was looking at this. I was showing off the Scooby-Doo piece. So a piece like this, I would just try to keep within a week, but it didn't take anywhere near a week. And all I did was I collected reference for it. It wasn't that much. It was just, I was basing it off of this image, but I wanted to get the realistic feeling of somebody holding somebody else, and where their knees would be, where their hands would be, and that kind of thing, where their heads would touch. And once I got that general vibe, once I got that general feeling, I was able to create this image just by looking at all that stuff. So it was pretty quick process. Probably didn't take any more than a few hours overall. And that was that. But then something like way more involved, like this one, took a few weeks, maybe. Yeah, this took a few weeks. It was over a month that I had time to go in, do a few details, and then hop back out. go in, do a few details, and then hop back out. So yeah. But yeah, this one was a lot quicker because I didn't have a lot of major rendering to do, and it was just two of them, like two characters that I already know how to draw. I didn't have to come up with any new clothing. I already know their outfits and their faces and all that stuff. So those are a little bit easier to handle. But yeah, that's about the 1 hour 30-minute mark. And I'm still trying to figure out the vibe of this new piece. I'll probably be able to. I'll have it ready by next week. But by next week, I will be working on chapter 3. So I'll be getting started on that. But for now, that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed like talking about all my like favorite web comics and showing my art and all that stuff, everything that I've been working on. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna eat and then finish off my like writing for chapter 3, and then I got a meeting with my publisher tomorrow, and then I'm just gonna go from there. But yeah, the last video for the week is coming out tomorrow, and yeah, I appreciate y'all coming out to the show. Let me do this, and yeah, I'm just gonna call it for now, and I'll see y'all next week. Appreciate you coming out. Peace.